Barkeep, large tankard of ale for me, yeah? Thanks. Oh, looky here. It's the traveler. Back in the harbor, are you? Let me buy you something. What are you drinking? Oh. Just juice? They really won't let you have the good stuff. You've saved more countries than I can count at this point. I'd say you deserve a little reward. Here, give me a sec. Actually, barkeep, make that 2. And the next round's on me, boys. That should keep them too busy to ask questions. Come on, let's step up to one of the tables upstairs. Quick. Hurry, before anyone sees me slipping you a drink. That got hectic fast. Handy trick if you ever need a good distraction. Just be sure you actually got the more to back you up, of course. What, me? Nah, a little slap on the wrist from Ningguang never scared me. This is the kind of thing Ganyu and I'll laugh about later. But don't tell any of the higher-ups I said that. I don't want to make trouble for her. That's different. For one thing, we're on dry land right now. It's easier to keep you out of trouble if you do get sloshed. Especially since you don't use your vision to fly up 20 feet in the air. I've seen both Kazuha and Fenty in battle. You really think I trust them to fly up into the crow's nest while drunk? Plus, Kazuha is terrible at holding his ale. It wouldn't be safe to let him drink. I know that you might look young, but I've also heard you came down to us centuries ago. Not letting you drink would be like denying the vigilant Yaksha if he were into this type of thing. I don't think he is, but you get my point, right? Well, anyway, I can either pour this into your juice and mix it, sweeten it up a bit and soften the bite, or you can take it straight. Take a sip and tell me what you think. Yeah? Alright, pass your cup. There you go. That is good. You know, I was surprised to see you in a hole-in-the-wall place like this. Most tourists look past these places. Oh yeah? Huh. Must be a great guide. Wish I had someone in the know whenever we dock in a new country. I'd get in on all the best food and drinks anywhere we went. True, you're even more world-traveled than me at this point. I'll just have to get you to write me one of those travel guides whenever the Crux sets out for a new port. Where are you headed next? Fontaine. That should be fun. Pretty different from everywhere else you've been. Are you excited? You do know how to swim, right? Don't look at me like that. You'd be amazed how many treasure hoarders I've battled on the high seas, only to have to fish them up out of the ocean after they capsize. Not everyone who gets on a boat is prepared for the consequences. Oh yeah, I've seen all kinds of mistakes. Made plenty myself, too. But you learn from them. What doesn't kill you makes you smarter, right? Of course I've made mistakes. You don't really buy into all the rumors my men have started, do you? Nah, most of those stories are made up. They take a little fish and turn it into a whale, you know? A true story? Alright, let me think. Did I ever tell you about the time we came across a group of sirens? Yeah, we were out in Inazuma waters, somewhere south of Watatsumi Island, though not close enough the locals would really notice. This was back during the Sakoku decree, so the whole area was surrounded by that mighty storm. We were circling back, trying to find the best route to avoid as much of the lightning as we could, when the wind picked up something fierce and knocked us into this thick mist. Couldn't see more than 10 feet off the bow. You've been out there? Why am I not surprised? Nah, we didn't make land. Hard to say how close we came, of course, since we couldn't see a thing. But as we were getting our bearings and working things out on maps and compasses, we started to hear this singing. It was eerie, looking back on it. A whole chorus of voices, men, women, in between. At first, I couldn't tell what they were saying. My Inazuman isn't what it could be, so I figured I was just missing the meaning. Wasn't until later that I realized they were trying to get a read on us. See, sirens have this power to read minds, but most people figure they have to make a connection with you first. That's the start of the song. Once you hear a bit of it, they can tell what languages you speak, what your biggest fears are, and what you want most in this world. Sailors usually talk about a beautiful woman and seduction, but that's probably because being out at sea, away from your family for months on end, can get lonely, especially if you don't bond closely enough with the rest of the crew. A few of my crew who were feeling particularly homesick for their lovers heard love songs. A lot more of us heard tales of glory or treasure. You want to take a bet on how many treasure hoarder ships we found when we pushed through the mist to see them? Put the money down. We'll see if you win something by the end of my story. So there we are, caught off guard and unprepared by a pod of sirens singing their hearts out. I take the wheel and turn us straight for them, running a crash course for the rocks they brace on. It was the weirdest feeling in the world. I don't know if they made the mist or if they just use it to their advantage, but it really felt like there was nothing in this world except for that song and everything it promised. All of us were desperate to get there. My crew started taking up oars, even though we had a good wind in our sails. Then, finally, the mist parts around the first cracked hull. They call it out from the crow's nest, but of course with this mist, we're already so close everyone can see it. A little red flag goes up in the back of my mind, and I give orders for my men to be on their guard. But that song is powerful. At this point, I'm thinking the treasure hoarders are after the same thing as us. Good point. They were after it. We just all thought we were getting something very different. We pass another broken hull, and then a third, and now we see someone swimming for his life toward the dangerous field of rocks bubbling up around us. Another red flag goes up for me. I wasn't hearing about treasures or wealth, and usually hoarders have at least enough self-preservation to turn tail and run when they're defeated. Now I'm thinking something isn't right, and as soon as you start to notice it, it all falls apart. I hear my men talking about what we'll find, and there are a lot of different ideas floating around. The rocks get thicker, sharper. The water more and more shallow. I still hear the song, but by the fourth broken ship, I know not to trust it. And that's when I realize exactly what the song's doing to us. But by then, it was too late. The mist parts around a big rock shelf, and there we see him. Oh, they're vicious things. Long claws, sharp teeth, ugly faces that don't match their voices. As soon as we see them, the rest of my crew realizes what's happening. But the wind's still pushing us forward. My men scramble to drop the sails, and we're lucky so many of them had taken up the oars because we were able to turn faster than the treasure hoarders. There were 3 more boats crashed on that shore. So, what's that make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 ships sailing straight to sirens. Seeing something so sinister is sure to snap you out of that stupor. My men probably would have panicked if I hadn't acted as fast as I did. To be honest, I don't know how I managed it myself. Instincts, I guess. I centered myself at the stern, told Sea Drake to take the wheel and get us out of here, then summoned up as much lightning as my vision could manage. I'll be honest, it hurt. I've actually got a little burn scar right here, see? Right where the tip of my vision hits my thigh. You sure you can handle your drink? You're turning red. What, from a little sliver of skin? I'm wearing shorts here, you know. I fight better when I can move freely. Got a lot of leg strength to throw into my swings. Trust me, living with sailors, you lose your sense of shame pretty quickly. Nah, but I managed to fry 2 of the sirens in one shot. That was enough to scare the others, and they stopped singing long enough for us to get back out into the mist. I made sure to pass around bits of cork as soon as possible to keep us from getting lulled back into that mess. So, in a way, keeping ale on the ship saved our lives. Alright, you guessed right. I don't know how you do that. I swear you win every single contest in Teyvat. But let's see, what do I owe you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Huh. Lucky number 88. You have been soaking up the customs, huh? Alright, I'll match ya. Let's be honest, I'd probably end up spending as much on drinks anyway. Here you go. So how about you? Gotten into any great adventures on the high sea lately? Wait, are you serious? Oh, I need to hear all about this. Kaza said you all went out to some rare islands last summer, but I didn't realize he meant the Golden Apple Archipelago. I didn't even think that place actually existed. How'd you find it? Friends in high places, alright. Well, don't get me on the edge of my seat. Go on. Let's hear your story then.